Well, let's go back to Cape Town now for an update on the Van Breda murder case. We crossed our reporter Vanessa Puna. Vanessa, good afternoon to you. A packed court, I'm sure, to hear Van Breda's testimony, and in the end it was broadcast, so we got to see and hear for ourselves the testimony of the man accused of killing 3 of his family members.
Yes, good afternoon to you indeed. This morning, at the start of the session here in the Cape Town High Court, Judge Siraj Desai denied a request by Advocate Piet Botha, that's of course counsel for Henri van Breda, that live streaming as well as broadcasting of his testimony be suspended. Immediately after the ruling, matters got underway, and of course Henri van Breda took to the witness stand on this 54th day of the trial. He is accused of the murder of his father, mother, brother, as well as the attempted murder of his sister Marley, and of course an extra charge, a 5th charge of defeating the administration of justice. Now, at the start of this trial, Henri van Breda offered a plea explanation in which he pleaded not guilty to all 5 charges. Today, a composed Henri regaled to the court what he had initially said in his plea explanation, telling the court, of course, that the plea explanation in itself was an abbreviation of his testimony here today. So the court today heard Henri van Breda saying that the Van Breda family were indeed close-knit. They spent a lot of time together, enjoyed doing things together, and of course then going into detail of what had happened on that fateful night, that his father, brother and mother were killed and his sister Marley maimed and injured. So he's basically saying, as he did in his plea explanation, that he was in the bathroom at the time when he heard strange noises outside, and of course when he glanced through, saw an attacker wearing a headgear, something similar to a balaclava, but he did say that it looked handmade, that the eyes were sort of cut out, saying that he saw the silhouette attacking his brother Rudy. Shortly afterwards, his father came into the room. When the light went on, he saw his father. The attacker then attacking his father, according to Henri. Also again saying, as he did in his plea explanation, that he heard this intruder laughing while the attack went on. As questioning, or as his advocate then led him in evidence, explaining how he had wrestled the axe from the attacker, how he had sustained a stab wound, and of course his testimony leading up until the point where police arrived on scene, he was treated, and so on. I must say that there wasn't a lot of time to react after the judge ruled that the media could indeed carry on with live streaming, because Henri van Breda immediately came into the dock. Once again, a full packed public gallery. This case has, since the news broke of the triple murders, elicited quite a big interest from the public and the media at large, and of course very similar today. The matters have been adjourned for the lunch break, and we expect Advocate Piet Botha to go ahead leading evidence from Henri van Breda when the matter resumes at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
All right, Vanessa, very quickly, can I ask you how the defence thinks that broadcasting his testimony will affect the case? Are they worried this will negatively impact their case?
Look, the advocate for Henri van Breda had told the court that his client, that's of course Henri, had or suffers from a speech impediment. We also heard in court just now Henri telling Judge Siraj Desai that he started receiving treatment of speech therapy from the grade 4, and that he was taught how to deal with his stutter, and also that he was trained to speak slowly, and that this is how he has overcome or managed to manage his speech impediment. I must say that in court today, what I can tell you is I haven't heard Henri van Breda stutter, but on numerous occasions his own defence, as well as Judge Siraj Desai, asked him to speak up, because he has the tendency of dropping his voice somewhat, making it very difficult for the court to hear exactly what you were saying. So on a number of occasions, Henri van Breda speaking very softly, and of course the court then asking him to speak up. But not that I could pick up this morning, not any visible or audible stutter from Henri van Breda, but that of course was what his counsel was concerned of when he asked that Judge Siraj Desai suspend broadcasting and live streaming during Henri's testimony.
All right, Vanessa, thanks so much. We'll leave it there for now. Vanessa Puna monitoring the Van Breda murder trial underway in the Western Cape High Court.